Happy Wednesday. What's going on, guys? Welcome to your AEW Dynamite Go Home edition for All Out coming up this Sunday, and we should have a big one tonight. I'm really excited about it. Glad I'm up here a minute before the show starts, as I still have to pull it up on my TBS, but I'm happy that everybody is here waiting for me, and we should have a really exciting Dynamite tonight, headlined by an appearance from Jon Moxley, where I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of a match for him at All Out, because as of right now, we have no AEW title match scheduled for the show, so Moxley coming out, I would assume, is going to set that up. Many people still think it's going to be CM Punk. We shall see. We'll see if they add an MJF at the last minute, or if they wait for the pay-per-view to do a surprise like that. All we know is that Moxley's going to have to do something at the pay-per-view, and I certainly can't see them doing a mystery opponent. Would you really have a book a mystery opponent in the main event? The only way I think you would do that is if the fans and the fans were absolutely sure who that mystery opponent was going to be. But, you know, that would make it weird for Moxley to have to face MJF and then get beat by him when Moxley's been on the roll that he's on. So I don't know what the right answer is here. But hopefully tonight here on Dynamite, we will see some cool shit as the show kicks off now. I'll be doing some shout-outs in just 1 second. Let me just get my TBS all ready here. Let me make sure I can be seen and heard. Is my mic on? Look good to me. All right, Dynamite's kicking off. Let me fix my mic. Get it all ready here. All right, looking good, centered. Close enough. All Out this Sunday. Well, I hope WWE putting on good shows is lighting a fire under TK to do the same thing and keep his shit rolling good, because they're very good. AEW is very good at the go-homes and the post-pay-per-view Dynamites so far in their short 3-year run. They've been really good at those. So we'll see if that continues tonight. And here comes Moxley to open up the show, right? Yeah, cool. Well, let's get it over with now. Let's find out what he's doing. Could be a match with Vince McMahon, as Roderick says. Cheers to everybody. I'm still finishing off these canned Stellas that my girlfriend bought me. They're almost gone. I'm glad we're down to the one belt in AEW. It was weird seeing Moxley with those 2 AEW titles and Roman with the 2 WWEs. Very weird. In my opinion, both guys just need one belt. Hey, shout out to the little kid who's got the little toy piece of shit that I've got right back here. I'm really bad at knowing my right and left in the camera. I've been doing this forever. I still don't know how to do it. Good to see everybody in here. While Moxie's making his entrance, please smash that thumbs up button for me. And like I said, hopefully we'll find out some all-out information in this very promo or segment or whatever's going on. But Lil Justin Bloodline is here. Crazy J. Want to welcome channel members. Marcus the Entertainer. Ronnie, my man, is in the house. Zach Palgett is here as well. Oh, you know what, Ronnie? I got... There we go. Fix you up there. Who else is here? Deshaun Robinson, Michael Kumo, C-Mac. Right on. Good family members in here already. If you want to join, become a member, you can do so right below. We need 4 more members, and we're going to unlock a whole new slew of emojis here on the memberships here. That would be fun. Also good to see John, Zach, Yachiro. We got Roderick and David in the house. Andy Linnell, Chaz, Crazy J. Good little group of us in here so far. Big J, what's up, man? Are you the one I was talking to yesterday from Detroit on the Twitters? Max Pokey, bruh. Good to see you in here as well, my friend and family member. Big CM Punk banner there right in the front row. I mean, are we really going to do? What have the announcers been saying as I've been shouting people out? Are they talking about CM Punk? Are they hinting that it's going to be him? There's CM Punk signs all over the fucking crowd. What's up, Shell Shock? Oh, no, it was not me. Okay, gotcha, Big J. I guess if you were from Detroit, you'd be Big D, huh? I thought Big J was a similar name to who I was talking to yesterday, but my bad. Whoever that was, hello to you. All right. Oh, yeah, I kind of forget they're already in Chicago, aren't they? Zach is getting us there. Zach H., welcome to the family, my friend. Glad you made it. Glad you subscribed. And you'll be enjoying some perks soon. Thank you very much for joining the memberships. And you will have a very big role in making decisions on what kind of reviews and watch-alongs we do and stuff on the channel. So keep a lookout for those members-only posts that you guys are going to get access to, as well as some videos, Q&As, watch-alongs, that type of stuff. Starting in September. Oh. Damn. I love it. I forgot. So this whole string of shows is Chicago, right? Yeah, let's talk about it. 60-second man.
I mean, I had 57 minutes left in me last week.
57 minutes left.
I don't think so. See? When guys get in the ring with me, the undisputed AEW World Champion, the heart and soul of AEW.
Moxley laying down to business.
What they're really made of. I test them. I push them. And last week we learned exactly what CM Punk is made of. At the moment where he hit me as hard as he could, he gave me his best shots and he realized I didn't care. And he knew I was just going to keep coming forward and keep coming forward all night. At that exact moment, he started looking for a way out.
Well, if there's any night to start with a talking segment, Marcus, this is it.
He started looking for a way out. Oh, my foot hurts. He's
Oh, my foot hurts.
and he curled up into a little ball to die, and he folded.
Folded. Nice, Zach. 2014. Long before the face reveal.
Champions never fold. Look, you have no idea how genuinely sorry I am that CM Punk just didn't turn out to be what you wanted him to be. He didn't turn out to be what any of us wanted him to be when we welcomed him back into this business, gave him a second chance in the greatest sport in the world. It just didn't work out. And while I am truly sorry for that, I know he's your boy. I know he's from Chicago and you love him. I have zero sympathy for CM Punk.
Well, this is a very CM Punk heavy promo, so you would assume they're going to have to somehow have this happen. I don't know how, though.
CM Punk. Fragile ego.
Fragile ego.
Fragile body. Weak mind. Weak spirit.
Damn. Well, I would hope Punk comes out and retorts this or something.
It's a tough business, dude. Sorry, it is what it is. And we move on. I have here in my pocket an open contract.
Oh.
A title match at All Out this Sunday.
Open contract.
It's already signed, and I'm just going to leave it right here. Because when I say anybody, anytime, any place, I mean it.
What the fuck is going to happen, y'all? He's going to leave the contract there. I don't want to go into All Out not knowing whose opponent's going to be. I'd rather find that out.
Contract. Who knows who I'm going to face it all out? Maybe it's somebody in AEW. Maybe it's somebody from somebody from somewhere else. Maybe it's somebody from New Japan here in Chicago again.
Well, this is how you get MJF back.
Hey, Rocky, you got anybody else left? Rock, let me know.
Rock.
Whoever it is that signs that contract, whoever wants to find out exactly what they're made of, just remember this before you step into the ring with Jon Moxley. I can out-marathon you. I can out-sprint you. I can out-fight you. I can out-wrestle you. And whoever you are, I assure you, I give far fewer you-know-whats than you do. I am not just the undisputed AEW World Champion.
Moxley's kind of good at the talking.
Blood-spitting, living embodiment of the sport of professional wrestling.
Yeah, right, Samuel. That good promo. I agree.
Wrestling Jon Moxley may be hazardous to your health.
I'm not putting MJF in that ladder match. Not the place for him. Well, who's going to sign the contract?
Listen, guys, I'm telling you right now, you really can't get much higher regarding confidence. That shows a man, that shows an athlete, shows a champion who's extremely confident to drop a signed contract and say, let's go. Who wants it? It's unheard of. Yeah, Jon Moxley with all the confidence, the undisputed.
Still a good promo without the cursing, too. I feel like somebody... No. So they're just going to leave the contract in the ring. They're going to have to move the contract to have a match, right? You're not just going to wrestle on top of the contract. I mean, ideally, how I would do it is have the show go off the air tonight with somebody signing it. MJF would be great, and then you fade to black. Might be an interesting way to sell some pay-per-view tickets. Most tickets are sold based on... Who's this fucker? Most tickets are sold based on the build and the story. You know, you just say, hey, I've signed this thing. You're going to face me in 3 days. Holy shit, I got to see this. Who's he? Oh, he's got... He's a friend of Punk. Okay. We briefly interrupted there, but I think we're okay. Sorry about that. But what made the least sense about that to me is that if Jon Moxley says, here is a contract, it's open, anybody can sign it no matter where you're from, and I'll face you at the pay-per-view. Think about how hard people work in casino ladder matches and Money in the Bank matches and how they scramble and fight and claw so hard to get this title shot. And it's right out in front of them and nobody's running out to the ring. They weren't trampling each other, pushing each other out of the way, trying to get down to the ring to be the first one to grab that contract. That's like winning a Money in the Bank or winning a casino ladder match without having to do anything. Jericho was right there. Why didn't he run out there? Why didn't Fuego del Sol sprint to the ring and sign it? You got me, bitch. Michael Kuma will answer that in 1 second.
Beating you this Sunday at All Out. I just want to apologize last week for being immature and being ungrateful.
Oh.
Just right now, I'm going to pledge my loyalty to the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh, Garcia's pledging his loyalty to the JAS?
I know you're going to beat Brian. You're the lion heart, you're the greatest of all time.
Garcia's full of shit.
And I know you don't need to cheat. You don't need to attack someone from behind their back. You don't need any distractions. All you need to do is be the best version of yourself. Because I believe in you. I appreciate that, Danny. I believe in you too. You are the most technically gifted sports entertainer in the world today. And this Sunday, it will be Lionheart Chris Jericho. But until then, all's fair in wrestling and romance, Danielson.
Ooh.
Watch your back.
All's fair in wrestling and war and romance. WAR.
Fair warning, I guess. That Jericho, a little bit of a nod to his Lionheart days early on.
Yeah.
Right there. Interesting.
Lionheart competed in war. Michael, that was... You said I can see Mox was lectured on the cursing. There may have been something handed out. We've heard random rumblings and rumors about stuff, and maybe they have been going a little overboard with that. Maybe TNT told them to cool it, so that could have been. There you go, JCS. Have Marco Stunt come out and do it. John E. Dennett, welcome, dude. Glad you're here as well. Good to see Evan and Raffman, Default, Ryan. Sports. Entertainers. All right, here comes Judas. So Garcia, the way he came up and professed his love for their loyalty to the JAS, seems like he's full of shit. tweeting out a point that a lot of people are probably making. It was what I just talked about. Adam Cole or MJF should sign the contract. I'd be into both of those, but I think the story seems to still be with Punk for some reason. Based on last week, the guy just took the contract back. Moxley just spent the entire promo destroying Punk. There's already a story there. To go with a completely different match 4 days ahead of the pay-per-view, completely in the opposite direction of where you were going in your storyline, would be a weird decision. So that's why I kind of think it's probably Punk. And here we got the All-American and the GOAT. Nick Musser in the house. You're a sports entertainer. Of course you are. You're family, man. Brian Cage signed a contract for Adam Page, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like it's going to be Punk at this point. It'd be weird to do a new deal. Oh, good. We got, is it Jericho and Regal on commentary? That's kind of cool. Don't pee in his tea. Or a Duchess of Queensberry match. I kind of like that we're getting the American Dragon versus the Lionheart. That's pretty cool. Actually, I hate apple pie. And I'm not really all that proud to be an American either, ref. So, jeez. Oh, spine buster into the table. Was that a necessary bump? Jesus. Although there's turnbuckles randomly on the seats there. Yeah, not a fan of apple pie. Not a fan of pies in general. I don't like cherry pie or apple pie. I don't really like pumpkin pie. It's weird. I'm okay with, like, pecan pie, but I don't know what that jelly-ish shit is in there. I just don't like pies. Ugh. Unless it's a shit pie. Like a shit pie with diarrhea meringue and fart ice cream. Hager looks in really good shape. Extremely lean. Wearing his MMA gear. He's cut. Yeah, Hager looks pretty good physically anyway. Table with 20 boxes underneath. Well, yeah, Roderick, but I mean, are you saying that you would want Bryan Danielson to go neck first on to bricks, like onto concrete on his neck after all he's been through? You got to gimmick that shit. Although I do question if you even need to do it at all. That was a random spine buster through a table that was a spot for the sake of a spot. Ooh. Is that who Hager beat the title? Beat for the title, Jericho? I didn't know that. I remember Swagger was World Heavyweight Champion, but I have no clue who he fucking beat. It was Jericho? Oh, yeah, maybe it was. It probably was. The timeline matches up. Dallas Johnson, what is Broken Dreams? Is that Drew's, like, original theme? He might, but honestly, I don't remember what his other theme sounded like. Was this, like, would have been, like, way before, like 13 years ago when he was the chosen one? That theme? I don't remember what it sounds like. Or is Broken Dreams an old move or something? I don't know. I don't even know what Broken Dreams is, to be honest, Dallas. I'm sorry. Oh, Swagger did a cash-in on Jericho. Oh, that's right, because Swagger won the Money in the Bank, because I remember that year he had a bitch of a time getting it off the hook, remember? I think it's even edited down a bit at WrestleMania 26. Yeah, Deshaun. House of Dragons is getting good. There's a battle next episode. NXT episode. Oh, yeah, we got some Queen. I got to turn this down. I'm a racing car. It's one of my favorite Queen songs, Don't Stop Me Now, but it's loud, and I don't want my microphone to pick it up. Okay, it is his theme song. So was that the old theme song then that he used? I don't even remember what it sounds like. I'll listen to it tonight as soon as we're done. Okay, Broken Dreams was his theme during The Chosen One. That's so funny. I don't even remember what it sounded like. Couldn't even tell you. Nick, I wanted to sign the contract, but that dude ran out and grabbed it before I got the chance. I'm hoping he'll bring it to my house. Likely he's taking it to CM Punk, but you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky. Is John Cena narrating a car company during a picture-in-picture of AEW Dynamite? That's awesome. It's either Cena or he sounds a lot like Cena, one or the other. That's definitely Cena. Tell him to fax the contract. You know what, Deshaun? I ain't got a fax machine. I haven't had a fax machine in a long time. I have one at work, but I'm not at work. I'm here. All I got is a printer and an email. Deadliest Catch, the Viking. Man, their Deadliest Catch is still on? I haven't watched any of this shit. I haven't watched, like, really any TV in 10 years. Like, really any serious TV. I never watch any news channels. I don't watch CNN or MSNBC. I don't watch anything. Like, nothing. Don't watch shows. Barely watch sports. Just watch the wrestling. Ugh. Does Hager's tights say Jericho? Oh, it says Jericho Appreciation on it? I didn't even realize this gear said Jericho on it. Here's that flying dropkick that Brian does. Come on, Danielson. Let's go. Ooh. Damn, he's just kicking hard. Huh. Danielson covered him. Oh, my God. Come on, Hager. Jesus. Oh, there you go. Hell's Gate. Triangle. And Brian hammering him with points of the elbow to the head. Yeah, faxing's kind of like paging. And I'm old enough to remember when beepers were all the rage. I never had one. I just never saw the point, ever. But, man, everybody was rocking the beeper. I'm like, I would never be in that much of a hurry to call anybody back. Just leave me a voice message on my answer machine. That's all I need. Fucking beeper. Are you kidding me? I once had a conversation with a person, I don't recommend it. Oof. There he goes. Nice reversal. Crossface. LaBelle. Oh, god damn, he's really, I feel like he's really tearing at Hager's face. Damn. What's up, Ben Espinoza? Everybody, before you enter the chat, wipe your feet, hit the like button. Don't be tracking dirt up in here. You're 6'6". Is that how tall Hager is, 6'6"? I guess that sounds about right. I saw him on the Jericho Cruise. He was towering over everybody. Yeah, if I'm a surgeon, Michael, totally. I'll have a beeper. But if I'm a regular person, most people wearing beepers were just regular people trying to be cool. I'm a very important person. I need to be contacted and be reached at all times. Oof. Ugh. There we go. That's a ball game. Big win for the Dragon. Next Jericho Cruise has been delayed about 3 times. The third one was too. I was on the second one just 2 weeks before COVID happened. And then the next one did get delayed, but that wasn't their fault. Probably neither is this one, probably. Fucking 2.0 is here to wear out. Where's the Blackpool? What the fuck, man? You got Yuta, Moxley, Claudio. Here we go, finally. Does Moxley want to run out there too, just for fun? Nah, they got it. Ring of Honor boys have got this taken care of. Damn. Claudio's got Parker. I think Yuta's chasing Menard. Here's Jericho finally with his bell bottoms. Are you kidding me? Jericho running. Yeah, pull up your fucking pay. Your belt is all jacked up, dude. You can't be wearing that shit when you're in your 50s. Oh, look at Garcia. Nope. Not going to let him. You don't need to. Oh, he's going to eat the knees. Look out, Jericho. You're about to have some lunch. Jericho, your belt missed your belt loops or something. I have a belt to hold up my pants and belt loops to hold up my belt. Who is the real hero? Oh, that's awesome, Victor. You're going to go to the movies to watch All Out? Sweet. Oh, you know what? And I never know if it's Raph or Rafe, buddy. I'm sorry. But who was the director of ceremonies on the cruise I went to? I got to think about it. It might have been Flair, but I don't think it was. He was there. I don't remember. I mean, there's a lot of appearances. Like, all the people that were there, I'm not really sure their exact title. I just thought people were there. Like, DDP was there, and Scott Hall, and all the AEW wrestlers. Jake the Snake was there. Flair. Cody. Brandy wound up missing the cruise last minute. She didn't have her passport. What did she miss? She was missing something. Her license or something fucking happened. She didn't have some sort of identification. She couldn't go. And she was, like, really bummed out. But I don't think it was Brandy either.
Ashley's Labor Day sale is ending soon. Everything is on sale. Up to 50% off hot buys. Or $150 off every $1,000 you spend.
Yeah, John. When I was a kid, my dad had a beeper. My dad was he was kind of like a biochemist. He made medicine and that type of thing, and he worked at a big plant. He was one of the guys that created Sudafed and a couple of others. And he always had a beeper because he needed one. He was always being contacted at work. But when I was a kid, I remember beeping him like in the summertime, like, can I fucking do something in the house or get his permission to do something? He's like, yes, but you don't have to beat me for that. I'm like, okay, sorry. If you're a doctor or anything like that, I want you to be wearing a beeper. But if you work at the phone company or the bank, you don't need no beeper. If you're a cable guy, well, maybe if a cable guy, but if you're like a regular job, if you're putting meat in the tacos at Taco Bell, no beeper. Off Leather Wings, appreciate the $2. Should I wear my Mantar shirt on my date on Friday? You have to ask that? Yeah. I mean, you're trying to get laid, right? So yes, wear your Mantar shirt. I mean, unless you think you can pull it off without it, but I doubt you can. If you want a sure thing, a Mantar shirt is the type of thing that'll give woman a pussy boner. Like, I swear, like, just wear it. They go crazy for it. You should have a good time on your date on Friday. Good luck to you. Just make sure it's washed and clean. Ain't nobody trying to get up on no stankiness. So just put it in there, a little Tide, a little fabric softener. You'll be a stud. Mark my words. Yeah, Max Pokebro, I'd have to check on the specifics of that, but my dad worked on it, and then we had like tons of fucking free Sudafed in the house all the time, and he was on like the Sudafed team for a while. But he did a bunch of shit. That's just one specific thing I remember him for. I remember him doing. Look at Nick and his boys, the Wingmen. They got signs. Y'all, that guy looks a lot like Dolph Ziggler. Holy cow. They could be brothers. Wingman Wednesday, all right. Morrissey, oh shit. Look at how big he is. Good God. Yeah, he lost to Wardlow, yeah? Is he going to join this group, the Wingmen? Tell me Enzo isn't going to come out here. He's fucking huge. I always thought he looked a lot like Edge. Oh, he's going to start kicking their asses? I mean, he dwarfs Cesar Bononi, and he's huge. That's a big boy. And here comes the guy that owns the auto body shop down the road. Oh, Morrissey just killing everybody. Was there a point to Morrissey coming out? Do we know why? And why them? Oh, Bivens. Or I keep calling him Malcolm. Excuse me, Stokely. Yeah, I don't know the last time I've seen Sammy do the sign thing. He's at the show, though, because him and Eddie apparently had a little hash out today, and everything's been resolved there. Look at, what's your name, little fella? You need to, Peter. Peter Avalon looks exactly like somebody that I know. Right down to the face, mustache, and hair. Same exact everything, and it's hilarious. Dang, okay. Well, does that mean he is all elite? Probably a good signing by them because he's too big and has too much presence just to sit on the sidelines unless he's got like just uncontrollable personal issues. But as long as he's got those under control, I don't know why WWE or AEW wouldn't want him. Look at the fucking size of him. Jesus Christ. Stokely's crew is quite large. He's been handing out those cards a lot, hasn't he? Yeah. It's none of your business. Yeah. Jag off, he said. Yeah, they use the corner camera sometimes. You'll see a few shots. Resolution's a little different whenever they cut to that.
Coming up later tonight on our main event, it is going to be the Dynamite bracket finale in the AEW Trios tournament.
that
Empire, Will Ospreay, Aussie Open, squaring off against the Elite. Well, it's finally ending after all these years. After all the cease and desist and the constant undermining. I'll get Kenny on that too.
That New Japan US title has spent so much time on
Great to see you. You've been lately.
AEW TV.
I've just been admiring everything you've been doing. Your performance on Dynamite, absolutely.
Yeah, Eric, I've always thought Morrissey looks like Edge, way back to his NXT days. Like he looks like a taller, like younger Edge. He's got the eyes. He's got the same face, kind of.
You are Will, my God, Ospreay. You're the man everybody's talking about.
Yeah, but how's his merchandise sales?
This is going to probably be the most exciting match for me since the last time that you and Kenny were in a tag match together. You got one winged angel that night, but tonight, I'm sure it's going to be different. You're the man. Everyone's talking. Go on, man. Go on. Please don't be talking. Oh, absolutely. You got a match? Where it is? Let him do his match. Come on, let's go.
Am I crazy for saying that I missed Don Callis? I'm kind of glad he's back. All right, here comes Britt. Johnny Dennett, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Just a little something for the love and appreciation, plus a fellow Bret Hart fan, so right on, dude. There's a kinship there between Bret fans. It really is bizarre. Bret even said, like, back in the 90s, he's like, I got a special connection with the fans, and he did. He absolutely did. I've always, in every sport, I've always loved the game more than individual players, but for some reason, when it came to Bret, he was just my exception. Like, to this day, I still don't even think I had a favorite basketball player. Probably Joe Dumars would have to be my favorite basketball player of all time, but or maybe Chauncey, possibly a Rip Hamilton. But at the end of the day, I didn't quite care. I like Bret's everything. So this is a 6-woman? Is that what we got here? Or is this Toni Storm facing one of them? Oh, no, it's Toni and Hikaru Shida against, I guess, Britt and Jamie Hayter. Okay, I was trying to hear Excalibur explain where that title is from. Japanese promotion. I didn't catch the name of it. And Toni Storm, I've been singing the praises lately of, because I think when you heard, I was pushing her to become champion before Thunder Rosa got hurt. But then once we saw and found out about Thunder Rosa's injury, you heard the reports that Toni Storm was originally planned to go over in that match and win the title. So I hope that they stay on that track, because I think the women's division still needs some more top women at the top, especially since Thunder Rosa's got so much heat. And I think Toni Storm is marketable, and she's got all the shit that a wrestling company should want. Damn. That was almost like a Frankensteiner. Not like a Hurricane Karana, but a Frankensteiner where you pile drive the fucker into the mat. Dallas, the cool thing about turning Britt face is I don't think it's going to be very hard. I think she'll be pretty good at it, be a natural transition, but be a heel for as long as possible because she was a face already and that wasn't working out. She's getting developed as a heel and then go back to being a face, but I'm in no rush for that to happen. But I think it'll be easy for the fans to cheer for her because a lot of people respect her as a heel and think she does good work. And when you have a heel that comes around that's more hated than her and that person clashes with Britt, then there's your perfect opportunity. Oh, nice. See? When did Storm have that done? They just said she had her wisdom teeth out? I mean, you're only fully laid up for that for about a day or so, but I mean, that's always going to bother you. You really shouldn't be like in the ring when you got, taking bumps that would hurt. Athena C-Mac has a championship match at the pay-per-view, so she's facing Cargill at All Out. Ruby had a match on Friday, so they've both been around. Free lawn chair. American Dad is still having new seasons? That's crazy. What is Honk for Jesus about? Save your soul. How many hours of sleep do I need a night? You want to know the secret to a happy and, well, maybe not happy, depending on what your life is like, but a pretty good life. 8 hours. You got to get 8 hours. And I've worked times in my life, and I've had times in my life where I've done a lot less than that, and it's really taken a toll on me. You know, working a 12-hour day, going home, sleeping for 5 hours, getting up, do it again the next day. I did that for years and years and years and years. And finally, when I got to California, I'm like, no more of that shit. I'm going to decompress, and I'm going to figure out a way to make money without murdering myself at my job. And I'm going to make sure I get sleep. And I've been doing that for 12 years, and it's shaved a good decade off my life. So, or shaved a good decade off my age, I should say, in terms of how I feel and stuff. So just figure out a way to get yourself 8 hours and remain as drug and alcohol free as humanly possible, and you'll be fine. Obviously, I'm drinking a beer now, but I'm a very, very light drinker, and I'm not drinking 6 days out of the week and getting a good amount of sleep, and helps with your attitude and your motivation and all that stuff. I partake in the green gimmick. Everybody knows that, but if anything, it helps. Doesn't slow me down. But sleep is important. When you're younger, you know, when I was in my 20s and stuff, I could go on 3 hours sleep. I could do whatever I needed to do on 3 hours sleep if I had to. I could technically still do it now. It's just it would be very miserable and very hard on my legs and stuff. But 5 is a little bit more normal. Like my girlfriend Elizabeth, she is a freak of nature. She gets really crazy sleep because she's so busy, has so much going on. A lot of what I have going on is, you know, a lot of it is from home and stuff, so I'm not all over the place the way she is with so many interruptions of sleep. And she, I don't know how she does it, but she's used to it. That's her life, and she can do it, and she can do it. And I'm just not built that way. Like, I got to have my sleep. But I admire her so much for just being able to do that because I think about me trying to do it and how badly I would fail. Sleep is just important. You can still get good sleep while working very, very hard in life. You can do both. And my advice is find that balance. Those are good-looking punches by Sheeta on that turnbuckle cam. How awesome is Rebel? I like Britt and Jamie's gear. They're matching. So this is basically the match here that we're getting on Sunday. Being up at VKM and bring you up at 2 a.m. and drink raw eggs. Well, I'm already up at 2 a.m. I stay up really late. And being on the West Coast, I'm usually late to the party on a lot of stuff because by the time the East Coast is nearing their afternoon, I'm just kind of starting my day. Oh, wow. Yeah, Britt wasn't even in good position in that. Oh. What's up, Danny Allmark? Good to see you. And thanks to all the channel members who are here tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Many of you are just a couple of days away from some of those icons changing now that we're almost at a month of us starting the memberships. Another week, I think. I think we're 3 weeks deep now. Oh, wow. Big backup by... Wow. That was the hip attack into a tornado DDT onto the floor. And a nice set of the katana kick by Shida, and she pins Baker. I liked that whole entire sequence. That was a good women's match. At least the ending was. Storm hip attacking into that, and then the DDT onto Hayter. That was good stuff. Working on a tennis club's a good job. 20 hours a week. I work a very low amount of hours at my job. I'm very lucky. I've been there for so long, and I'm valued, and they take care of me, and it's just awesome. And it allows me to do this. Oh, we're going to hear from Kip, Mr. Boxman. Wearing the guy liner. I'm glad the box guy didn't turn out to be MJF. I mean, we all knew it was going to be Kip, so I'm glad they didn't swerve us with something else. Yeah, I'm curious. Hey, help me out. Who all is in Stokely Hathaway's crew so far? Maybe not who's in the crew, but who's he been passing out the shit to? Did he pass it out to the gun, the Ass Boys? Morrissey tonight. Last week it was somebody. A week before that it was somebody else. And he's already associated with Jade, right? So is she part of this big crew, or is he expanding to the crew he already has? Or what's happening? Explain it to me like I'm 5. Got my room looking good. Thanks. Appreciate that, Rafe. This is actually the master bedroom in this house. This is not my bedroom. We have turned this into my YouTube studio, and it's kind of like an adult apartment because we have kids living here, and it's a big house. So me and Elizabeth's bedroom is on the other side of this wall down the hall, and the other couple bedrooms are up here, and then there's more downstairs. And then this room, we have our own bathroom. We got a refrigerator. We got a couch, TV. This is where I do all my YouTube, and this is where it's basically like an apartment. It's like an apartment separate from the house, and this is where I do all my YouTube stuff. So I don't even sleep in here. This is just where I live and where the boys, my cats, live. We hang out in here. Still got a nice living room downstairs. Pool table, all the goods down there, but this is kind of my wing, is up here. Hey, no disparaging the Blockbuster. It's a big part of my childhood. I went on eBay once and I wanted to buy, basically I was just like, wanted one. I was like, I'm going to go on eBay right now and I'm going to buy like a Blockbuster videotape case that you would rent from the store. And I went on eBay and the only one, I couldn't find any. The only one I could find, because I didn't even care what movie was in it. I wanted the case. So the movie it's Diabolique, 1996 Sharon Stone. I've never seen it, but that's the movie that's in there because that was the only one they had. So I love Blockbuster. Amato, one of our good channel members and friends, he sent me some Blockbuster memorabilia in the mail before. I used to have a Blockbuster keychain. I'm a Blockbuster mark. So don't disparage the Buster. All right, so I am out of this beer, and it was my last cold one. So before the stream, I went all the way downstairs and put one in the freezer. So I have to go fetch that. So I'm going to be back. I think I can make it back in 20 seconds, even though I have to go through a couple of doors. Be right back. All right. Chilled to perfection. That was the perfect amount of time in the freezer. Thank you for being patient. Roderick, I don't need a cooler. I have a refrigerator up here. It's just I didn't have any beers in there that were cold, except for one. And I did. This refrigerator does not have a freezer on it. So I had to go downstairs where we have two freezers and put a beer in there. So that's what I did. Cheers. Dallas, for real? I'm out of breath. I even kind of ran. We got hardwood here, and I got socks on. I tried not to slip, but I had to go down the stairs, which twist, all the way down into the kitchen, opened it up, snagged my beer, and all the way up. Is CM Punk coming out? Okay, top of the hour segment this is going to be. All right, here comes Punk. I think. Is he there? Did he get the Oh, he's here, huh? So he is going to, they're going to do it. The way that was all presented to us last week made me think that CM Punk suffered a debilitating injury. He cracked his foot in half. He's going to have to take another 4 months off. That didn't seem to be an injury where you're going to wrestle 10 days later. All right. Does Moxley come out and Pillmanize? Does MJF come out and Brian Pillman CM Punk's ankle? Take the contract out of his pocket, sign his own name to it? Well, I mean, Punk's going to have to come out here and... He doesn't seem to... Like, look at his body language here. Look at his face. He looks like he's about to retire. Is Punk going to do like a fake Mark Henry retirement or something? And then swerve us all at the end? I don't know. Maybe he's going to retire and then even Jon Moxley at the end comes out to give him some props and then he fucking turns on him. Like, look at his eyes. Jesus, Victor, I'm glad you're okay, dude. Thanks for the $2. I'm glad you're okay. Sounds like a close call. No getting hit by cars. It's rule number 1 when you join the family here.
accidents happen on June 8th. I got surgery for my shattered foot. I got 3 plates and 16 screws put into my foot.
And you were back in 3 months from that?
Which, real quick, is 16 more times than this fat guy has ever gotten screwed in his life.
Let's do it, CM Punk. Just let it all hang out. Heel on these fuckers right in your own hometown. Which is 16 times more than this fat fucker's been in his whole life. Oh, my God. Shouldn't have said that. It's Pillman in the ECW arena, you know?
Probably should have done a lot of things in my career. And apparently one of them was coming back too early from a very serious injury. And last week, I got beat up in Cleveland, and I had to drive home with just my thoughts. It's okay, Chicago. It's not the first time I've been beat up in Cleveland.
Which foot? It's not his driving foot, is it? No, it can't be.
But something about this time just didn't sit well with me. Is my foot 100%? To be completely honest with you, yes. Last week, I was cleared by doctors. The x-rays look good. But the problem is, it's a new 100%. And I don't know if that 100% is good enough. I came back to professional wrestling a year ago because I love this business, and I know this business doesn't love you back, but I also came back because I love you fans.
Oh, now he loves us.
And you do love me back. And that's why it hurts to feel like I let you down.
So what, he's going to try to not let us down.
To walk Larry for 2 months, and it hurt because I let him down so I could have rushed back to perform in front of all of you. And I look and I see my little sister sitting in the front row, and I feel like I let her down.
Oh, his little sister's there too? Jesus, man.
Maybe that love just isn't enough anymore.
Sometimes love just ain't enough. Okay, here's his friend.
What is this? What is this?
A Steel who we saw grab the signed contract from Jon
What are you
Moxley.
saying, man? This is not what we talked about when you were going to come out here and stay in the back. I don't know what happened between there and here, but this is not it. This isn't you.
These two guys are best friends for years,
I
guys.
apologize for interrupting his promo, but my name is Ace Steel, and I trained this man. I've been his coach from day one. Since the first day you walked into the Steel domain, you've been fighting from underneath. You fought through everything.
Well, I'm glad they're giving Steele a chance to cut a promo here. That's kind of cool.
Career that I'm proud of, but I'm most proud of yours because I coached you. I coached you from day one to do all this. We're not just friends. We've seen them come and go. We're family. We are family. And you don't let family down. You didn't let Chicago down.
So he needs a pep talk to like kind of like Punk looks broken. Oh, and he's good fucking lord. It's like fucking Mickey motivating Rocky. Get up, you son of a bitch, 'cause Mickey loves you.
Is that what CM Punk needed to hear? I got goosebumps, man. That was you forgot who you were. Tell him, Chicago. Unforgettable moment we're watching right now. What a moment.
I mean, are they really going to go with this underdog thing? Because Punk directly teased the heel turn by calling out the dude at the beginning or whatever. Well, hopefully the match lasts longer than...
Catman worked. Before I was ever CM Punk, I was just a punk rock kid from Chicago.
So now he's going to fight Moxley.
Lonely at Christ Hospital, blue in the face with the cord around my neck because they've been trying to kill me since the day I was born, and they ain't found the man enough to do it yet.
He snapped out of that quick, didn't he?
You ain't him.
Well, he means it now. All right, it's going to be Punk and Moxley.
It's explosive.
Do you need somebody's back to... Where are you going?
Jon Moxley, I love it. You wild thing, but you ain't wild enough. This is Chicago, where the weak are killed and eaten.
Where the weak are killed and eaten. He ain't playing games. I like it. I mean, it's not easy to make you want to see a match that you just saw the previous week that ended in 3 minutes. Now you're all of a sudden like, oh, this might be pretty good.
A rejuvenated spirit. We are different kids, but we have the same heartbeat.
I mean, if somebody's going to be like, well, why would I want to see it since I just saw it? This is why. This is exactly why.
One pulse running through the streets of Chicago's. They are our arteries, and I will pump the blood until the blood stops pumping. Jon Moxley, at All Out, you can't break my bones. You can't drink my blood because we are Chicago.
Why would someone drink someone else's blood? I don't know. Even with vodka and celery, I don't think it would be very good. Well, I still hope at the pay-per-view something kind of happens. We might get CM Punk winning the title, but going heel to do it, going full heel to do it. He's dropped little breadcrumbs of heelness, leading us to what I hope would be the ultimate thing. Unless he's going for both in the same match, he's going to go for the underdog victory and the heel turn. But maybe, you know, if they go in a way where after all that talking he just did, they get to the match at All Out. Moxley's got him. Punk knows it. It hits him. I can't beat Moxley. He's just better than me. I'm not up to the task. Light switch goes on or goes off, depending on which way you look at it. Punk, full-blown heel, does something. Cheats bad. Does something horrible to Jon Moxley, wins the title, gets on the mic, and then shits on everybody. And then on the following Dynamite, comes out, rubs in everybody's face, shits on them some more. Nobody can touch me in this ring or on the mic. And then out comes babyface MJF. I'll take you down, bitch. And there you have it. I don't know. We'll see. Can we get a stipulation added? Perhaps, C-Mac, but, I mean, do you need one? What would it be? I mean, the match has been pretty straightforward so far.
I agreed to do this interview on one condition, ladies and gentlemen, that is no physicality. I don't know how to even approach this situation.
JR is going to moderate.
Today, Christian, that elbow's not going to get any worse, and we appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts about this.
All right, we're going to try to see if Jungle Boy can be not boring, I guess. Al Ramos Pro. What's up, man? Welcome to becoming a member. Kayfabe brother now. Thank you very much for joining. Very glad you're here, and I know you're always in the chat. Got stuff to say. Appreciate you joining, man. Feel like you're already family anyway, but I'm glad you're here.
You're going to be a has-been at 25 years old. I hope you're prepared to live with that for the rest of your life. You know, as much as I would
Props to Christian doing everything he can here to help Jungle Boy.
and tell you I hate you. It's a little more complicated than that for me because I've cared about you a lot. My relationship with you has felt very familiar to me in a lot of ways. And I love you. And whether or not you ever truly cared about me, you made me feel like you love me too. And as much as I would like to believe that the real you is still in there somewhere, this was probably the real you all along, wasn't it? It is the real me. I'm not here to be your friend, Jack. I'm not here to be your
See, I didn't think Edge or Christian were great talkers at first. That came later. So maybe there is a little bit of that in Jungle Boy.
My father taught me what it means to be a man. And that is a lesson that I am going to teach you.
He's not good now, but he'll just eventually learn and get it, type of thing.
Sunday, you are going to fight Jack Perry.
Oh, he's going to fight Jack Perry. Well, JR's like, good, finally, because I always say that's your name every time. I really like Jungle Boy. But Jungle Boy had a little more Ricky Starks in him, you know. I think we'd have something here. I know y'all shaking your booty. It's FTR's music. If you're not allowed to be in the chat. No non-booty shakers when FTR's music is playing. There's Wardlow. I love that they do the Goldberg thing with him. At least he's not breathing the pyro smoke in. Terry Allen Jr., I forgot to answer that super chat earlier. I'm very sorry about that. That was when I ran downstairs briefly, but thank you for that $3.60. AEW has excessive belts. Long-term problem. We've talked about the belts before. I think within the confines of AEW, the belts are not that bad. It's when you add the other promotions you're working with, their belts, and then fans think that means that those belts are in AEW. It's not. It just means that fans aren't used to seeing multiple promotions, being represented in one company. So that adds the deception that there are a shit ton of belts. And that can be problematic, I think, for the casual viewer who tunes in and it looks like every single wrestler coming out has a belt. So how do you know who's better than who if they're all champions? I get that totally. That definitely exists. But you do have to remember the Ring of Honor belts and all those other belts technically aren't AEW belts, but they are featured on TV a lot. So when Ring of Honor gets some TV going or whatever, and those belts maybe stay a little bit more over there, kind of like how the NXT belts do, that will help. Luckily, Adam Cole and Britt Baker aren't carrying around those Owen belts, which is good. Oh my God. I have no idea who any of these guys are. This is obviously a tune-up for FTR and Wardlow. Who's the Jack dude over there? I don't think Wardlow is too much like Goldberg other than that entrance. He wrestles big man style. He's had, I think, better matches early on in his career, way better matches than Goldberg ever would have had. I think he's better trained than Goldberg. When that Cage match... Who is this guy? I thought that cage match he had with Cody Wardlow was incredible. I was like, holy shit, this dude's actually good. But when you're a big power guy, you can only kind of have one style. It's the power bombs, it's the high impact stuff. All big guys do that. Morrissey's wrestling the same way. Wardlow has intensity, but I don't think he has that Goldberg intensity. The explosiveness that Goldberg had. He just has the raw power type of thing, and he's a badass. But Goldberg had a little bit more of that. I think he was slightly more animated than Wardlow. His look was perfect, even though I was never a Goldberg fan. The spear was a fun move, you know. Today's generation doesn't know that now because they've never experienced wrestling where spears didn't exist. But spears were not a regular move in wrestling about until that time. So when shit like that started happening, it was a great way to pop the crowd. It was one of the few things WCW did really well. Adam Cole has the body of a Dutch woman, but the cool thing about Adam Cole is whenever you look at his social media, the picture is actually him and not a WWE Hall of Famer. So, at least he owns who he is, you know? Can you say that, Stone Cold? Oh, I didn't even recognize him. Okay. Yeah, faceless jobber here, huh? Well, maybe not. I mean, he was facing Wardlow and FTR, but they definitely were presented as complete total jobbers, yeah. Oh, yeah, and shout out to Jack Farmer also. He kind of said that, you know, maybe the logic is that that no one wants to step in the ring with Moxley because of all the things he was saying. He goes, I agree with you. I'm just saying I think that's what the logic is here. And I get that, but, you know, every time there's a Money in the Bank contract match or any sort of match where there's an opportunity for a title shot, no matter who the champion is, even if that champion is Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar, people are chomping at the bit to get that opportunity. So I understand that the champion is kind of a scary guy, but you still want the title shot, you know, at least throughout history you did anyway. So yeah, I think that's what AEW is trying to go for there, which is their way of, you know, making Moxley, you know, credible. But when you have matches where guys are trying to hurt each other to get a title shot and there's one sitting right there and nobody does anything, that's what I thought was weird. But yeah, I do kind of get it. I'll check out Solid Monster's tweet. It's probably pretty similar. God don't like ugly. Is that what she said? That's hilarious. Yeah, he really said the same thing. I said trampling. He said tripping over each other. So, yeah, I think everybody kind of had the same idea there. That why was everybody not running out there? Do I watch Botchamania? Yeah, Matthew follows me, as a matter of fact, on the Twitters. He's the best. Oh, here he is. He's like, I'm going to respond to the CM Punk shit right now. Okay. Nice. I don't know if Goldberg did the first ever spear, but spears became a regular thing around Goldberg time.
Your boy wants. That's exactly what he's gonna get. If CM Punk wants to go out on his shield here in Chicago in front of his hometown fans that made him who he is today, well, Chicago, I guess we owe you that much. So it will be
So Moxley's vowing to end this fucker on Sunday. Oh, he's going to fucking kill him. I mean, what if it happens again? Like, imagine that scenario just in your head. Imagine they have the exact same fucking match we just saw next week. This Sunday, All Out.
left in you. You better find it fast because the moment that bell rings, you are in danger. I'll be trying to take your damn head off.
Fans would say, that doesn't make any sense, but it kind of would, though, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna put on a show, a display of
This guy doesn't look stoppable right now.
pro wrestling violence that CM Punk has never experienced.
You don't always make the game-winning shot, you know? Sometimes you brick that shit.
Between a fake messiah, a martyr, and the real thing, a real champion, a legend being made right before your eyes.
Well, both guys, that was 3 very good, intense promos from both. I don't know how many shits we got in that, or bitches, or anything like that. I'm not sure how the cursing was. I don't think it was that much. But that is set. It is going to be, as was made apparent last week anyway, we heard it was going to be Moxley and Punk, and that really surprised me based on how that main event, or how that match went last week. But there we go. Now, when it comes to sexy physiques, I don't know about you. Evil Uno is where it's at. Evil Uno, you know who he reminds me of? Like a more agile John Tenta. Maybe it's the mask that's doing it or something, but he's got shark vibes to me. What happened? Oh, money. It's dinero.
I'm giving you a contract to work for me
To work for me.
because you have good body, good suit. Take the mask off. Okay, all right.
Take the mask off. Oh, okay. We've actually, maybe we haven't, but I've talked about it on social media, I think. Ooh, about one day unmasking 10. Oh! Did they shock him? Was that a taser? Did 10 get tasered? Help me understand what that was. But looks like they might be moving on him because he's got potential. He's got a good build. He's a good worker. He's little negative one's favorite dude, man. They should move him on, do something else with him, try to do something with him. The more homegrown talent, the better, in my mind, for this company. Yeah, don't tase me, bro. I think they did tase poor 10. Here comes Roosh. The Mountie is back. You know what they should do? They should, when Wardlow finally loses the TNT title, you gotta tase him. You have to tase him. You have to tase him. That's what you do. If he loses it, what if he loses it to Andrade? What if Andrade gets a TNT title shot and he tases Wardlow to win? All right, this should be good. That sword comes out. I thought it was Drew McIntyre. Oh. So this is one half of the casino ladder match. I have not even seen the combatants to this. I got to look that up. I can't imagine 4 guys trying to call this match. I wish I had the agility of some of these young men. Regal's the best. Nah, taser on a pole match. Let's not get. We're not at that point yet. Jesus. He jumps flat-footed from the ring to the top rope and then does a spin. I mean, Dante is on that list of like the super crazy athletic people. It's like Dante. It's Ricochet, Montez Ford. Who else is some like stupid crazy? Not like regular crazy high flying, but like stupidly crazy. How does a human being even do that type of high flying? There's at least like 5 to 10 of them. Actually, probably Will Ospreay. I'd put him on that list too. Ray Phoenix. Yeah, I'd probably go Phoenix, Ospreay, Dante Martin, Montez Ford, Ricochet. Oh, I hate these Arby's commercials. God, that dude's voice. Poor Bo Dallas. I don't know, man. Ray Phoenix, he's right there. Thank you, Off Leather Wings. I realize that myself. 90s Ray counts. Yes, absolutely. I'm just trying to think current guys now, because now the level of athleticism is getting crazy. It's getting like that in all sports. The shit that wide receivers and stuff can do now, and when you have crazy looking athletes like LeBron and stuff on the court, it's just nuts. So 90s Ray was on a whole level at that time, but I think he would hold up even in today's era and stand out. Where a lot of these guys now, they can do a lot of this crazy shit. They would stand out like crazy in the 90s, but they weren't around back then. Now they're all doing it. So there's just more of them and harder to get noticed. So in order to get noticed, you have to be on even another level than that. Even when you think you've seen the craziest, most athletic guy possible, someone comes along that's even better than him. It's like, Jesus. Like, where does it end? I was like, at some point in the NBA, we're going to get to the point where somebody's going to be able to dunk from the three-point line and make that running jump and actually be able to dunk the ball. There might be a guy or two that can do it from the college line already. So it's just crazy. Where does this shit air? This Game of Thrones stuff? HBO? Oh. Oh, that's Lord of the Rings. Sorry. It all looks the same to me. All that shit with like castles and like that iron gear or whatever that they wear and the shields and all that. Or the shit where you would wear like suits of armor. HBO Max, that's right. Jeremy Finchen. Evil Uno was deceptively agile. Like I said, he's like a leaner, quicker John Tenta. Some of the things he took, I forgot whose finish it was. Might have been Wardlow's or something. He just took some crazy fucking. Oh no, it was Brody King's, and I just could not believe he even bumped that way. You know, Ray Traylor, big boss man, he was discovered basically by how he took a suplex. He was the size that he was. Dusty discovered him, you know, the way he took like he said like a springboard type of suplex, maybe from Tully or something, and how he sold it. And he's like, he looked at how big he was. He's like, well, damn, baby, somebody that big ain't supposed to sell it like that, you know, kind of took notice and realized that this isn't your ordinary big fella. Evil Uno's got a little bit of that in him. Dante Martin and Ray Phoenix being allowed just to chill in there. Roosh is just chilling. I don't know where. Oh man. I maybe put John Morrison on that athletic list, but not currently. He's got some years on him now, and he is not nearly as spectacular as somebody like Dante right now. Maybe younger John Morrison, he was popping our eyes out of our heads with some of that stuff, but there's a different level of grace to Martin that I just don't think John Morrison has. But he's crazy, don't get me wrong. He's better than all of us. So it's nothing against Morrison. Aubrey, you got control of this thing? Ugh. Whoa. Nice. Jesus, that's a crazy looking. See, there's some moves that I will still look at, and I will briefly turn into like 16-year-old Greg, because that's when I really started to soak myself into wrestling, and I would spot anything new that I'd never seen before. If I would have seen something as crazy as that seatbelt pin, I would have been flabbergasted. There was just nothing like that existing in my wrestling universe at that time. So a lot of times when I see shit like that, I'm like, yeah, to today's fan, they probably don't think that's much, but it still blows my mind seeing shit, some stuff like that, how crazy and good it is. That's right. See, I think they got to win on Friday. Oh, Hangman's gonna. Yeah, here we go. Nice. Adam Page is going to wrestle it all out.
You can't do it, and you need a partner. You've always had one.
We're going to get it cleared. I'm going to make sure we get it cleared. Okay. So it's got to be Kenny and the Bucks against Dark Order and Page. It has to be. So we're going to see that match in the main event. Kenny and Ospreay. QT versus Ricky Starks. Hopefully some revenge for poor Ricky. Huh. All right, pure title on the line next week. Garcia and Yuta. And by that point, who knows where Garcia will stand. And Eddie Kingston and Ishii is going to work the pre-show now. Kip Sabian and Pac is set for the All-Atlantic. I didn't know we're going to get Hook and Cool Hand. Danielson and Jericho. I didn't even know about the Hook match. Tony, Baker, Hayter, and Sheeta for the title. House of Black, Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. Didn't know about that one either. Jade Cargill and Athena. I love the moving graphics. I love how some are moving and some aren't. Okay. Claudio, Yuta, Penta Phoenix, Roosh, Dante, Andrade, and a mystery person. Ricky Starks and Hobbs. Crazy. Moxley and CM Punk. Well, shit, Punk's going to probably win the belt back. I feel like he is. Good job, Excalibur. You made a couple of screw-ups, but overall, very good. All right, good stuff. That all-out card does not look bad. I'm looking forward to Sunday. By the way, the links to everything is already up on my channel. Tomorrow, I haven't even told you guys this yet, but tomorrow we're doing predictions for not only All Out, but also Clash at the Castle. So that's going to be going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. here on the West Coast. So keep that in mind. The link is already up, and I already have my Clash at the Castle and All Out review links posted as well. So all that stuff is on the channel. Go there right now, save all that stuff, like it, and hang on to it. And it's going to be a busy week. But yeah, just remember, we're going to do predictions tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Destiny. AJ definitely counts, especially prime AJ. Now he's still great, but he's not the same as he was 20 years ago in terms of athletically. I'm just thinking about the crop of guys now, the young, crazy athletic dudes that are sprinkled throughout the business right now. Those are the ones I'm trying to think of. Just to give you some reference, I don't consider Takeshita one of those people, and he's crazy athletic, but he's not who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the Dante Martins, that level of athleticism. So it's Dante, it's Montez Ford. Think of that. Think along those lines. Yeah, Sunday there's the NXT Worlds Collide event too. We'll just touch on that during All Out. I'm not even sure if I'll see that at all. Might read the results. Adios, John. Enjoy the rest of your night. By the way, if you're not a subscriber, please do. If you haven't hit the like button, please do that too. We've been taking in a pretty good amount of subscribers lately, so that's good. Good-ish. Better than not taking in subscribers. What about when Keith Lee made Adam Cole fly at NXT? That was awesome. All right, here we go. This should be a good, nice match with some time here. Well, Ospreay's very mad. That was a very scathing promo that Kenny Omega cut on him last week after the show went off the air. Ospreay got on the outside of the ring and sat there and listened to the whole thing. You feel like he might have to get a revenge win here, but I don't know how you don't do Dark Order and the Bucks and Kenny at All Out. So I feel like the outcome of this is already spoiled. I am very excited to see Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega mix it up here a little bit, but I'm going to be crazily disappointed if the Bucks and Kenny don't win here. If they give us Ospreay and Aussie Open against best friends for these trios titles, I'm going to have a heart attack. It's got to be these guys. Rancho Cucamonga is not far from here. Drove through it recently. I love the Bucks theme too, Mark. I was just about to say that too. I was literally just about to say their theme trips me out. And that's another thing I do like about AEW is they got great themes. I like Kenny's. A lot of their big stars I like, and most importantly, recognize instantly their themes as soon as they start playing. And that's important. You didn't really have that so much in WCW. Sold more merchandise than Will Ospreay on 2 continents. Oh, that's phenomenal. Nicer hair, better smile. North Carolina. Awesome. He's got one of the best intros in wrestling. I love the Justin Roberts tie-in. Justin's probably like, yo, Kenny, do me a faves. Like, never retire, please. A little job security would be nice. This ought to be good. You know what? I didn't even realize until last week. I think I mentioned it on the podcast on Saturday. I didn't even realize that they were doing Dynamite and Rampage brackets. Totally over my head. Didn't realize that was going on until they were like, the Rampage final. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. So I had no idea they were even doing that. And I'm like, oh, I kind of like that they did though. Fun stuff. Here we go. Ospreay and Kenny kicking things off. Will Ospreay went right after him. Kenny looks a little, right off the bat, looks a little sharper than last week. Jim Ross likes the chemistry between these two men. Jim Ross, have you even seen any chemistry between these two men? Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he seemed to touch lethargic in the last match, and he couldn't do some of his moves. He just seems a little more dialed in this time because it started in such an intense way. Okay, that's what the belts were. They're the New Japan Strong champs. Aussie Open. Recently canceled my New Japan World subscription after several years. Just wasn't using it. It's all saved. If I ever want to just resubscribe, I will, but I just figured for the time being I don't need it. No offense to our Japan friends. Sandwich. What's up, Esson? How are you? I love the North Carolina tie into that. It's like my favorite part. It's like they're speaking to me. I feel like I've always had these like weird tie-ins to wrestling in my life. Like the match that I feel that was the biggest match of all time was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, which took place in Pontiac, which was the city of my birth. And then I live in North Carolina, and it has all of that wrestling history and tradition with all the big stars that worked there and all the wrestling that was produced and shot there, the fans there. And then I come to the West Coast, and nothing really happens here, but LA gets some pretty good shows. Not sure, Jason, where Lance Archer is. I don't know. Yeah, I subscribed into New Japan World when Jericho came in and had that match at Wrestle Kingdom, and I was like, I got to see this. So I kept it, and I would watch all the stuff, usually if I could, because it was perfect for me. It came on late at night, but not too crazy late at night. And I just would stay up and watch it, but became harder and harder to kind of keep up with that. Like, if YouTube was full-time and this was all I did, then I would follow everything. You guys would get a review on Impact. I'd include everybody, but I don't have the time to do that. So if we can just get like 500 more channel members, we might be there. So tell your friends. And then you'll hear me talk about New Japan and Impact and Nebraska Wild West Championship Wrestling and all that stuff.
Our craftsmen begin each day perfectly seasoning our hillside.
Let me see. I thought Adam Cole was getting close to being back, but I don't know where they are now. They're not booked for this pay-per-view, right? So we might not have much of a Red Dragon and Adam Cole presence until after All Out, unless they make their presence known in this very match, which they could. But that would add a lot to stuff that's already going on. I mean, that's assuming they're going with Kenny and Bucks against Dark Order and Page. Okay, they're both hurt. Thank you for that, Marcus. It's hard for me to keep up with this stuff. That's why I'm glad during these chats we can ask you guys. Like, they're both out. Looks like Ospreay's about to hot tag one of his bros there. And I think that's Nick in there. I can't tell. Yeah, it's Nick. Okay, they're both the Bucks are in there. It's a big booty on that fella. Isn't it? He's got a A rump and a cartwheel. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Shades of Rick Martel. Rick Martel would cartwheel out of moves all the time. As a defensive move, it was great. So graceful. And then he would do this with his hands and he'd prance away. Rick Martel was so great. One of my favorites. He is 30 years overdue for going into the Hall of Fame. Ugh. Nice takeover by Matt. Here comes Ospreay. Jesus. Wow. I'm not sure of too many things, Jeremy, but there's one thing I'm pretty sure of. AEW will never do a 24/7 title. Why would you? Besides, their 24/7 championship is the FTW title, and I think that's better anyway. Oh. Danny, I have no idea when Vince will go into the Hall of Fame. Maybe after everything cools off for a few years. Maybe in 3 years when Vince turns 80. And he's fully gone from WWE. Life has moved on without him. Most of the fans have very short memory anyway. If they're going to parade Hulk Hogan out on TV after some of the shit he fucking said, I think Vince going to the Hall of Fame is a pretty good likelihood. Hard super kick by Ospreay. Oh my gosh. What? Hey, Tito, stop. What's the suplex called? Were you full Nelson into a suplex and Ospreay spun and flipped out of that? Jesus. Oh. Ugh. Then Omega hits him with the same thing on the floor. It's Dragon suplex, that's what it is. Ray, is WWE going to sell next year? They accept my offer. You know those booklets of like McDonald's coupons? I have like 4 of those. And I kind of threw those in at the end, you know, to hopefully sweeten the pot. We'll see. There's like at least 10 McRibs in there. A bunch of filet of fish. It's good stuff. Wow, delayed double superplex onto Kenny, who's already a little fragile as it is, apparently. Well, correction, Michael. Vince said he didn't want to go into the Hall of Fame. He doesn't says that because things are different now. He's always never wanted to go into the Hall of Fame because he was in charge. He didn't want the spotlight or whatever, but I think now that he's kind of gone, eventually they're going to want to put him in, and eventually he won't be able to resist it. And he'll say, okay, damn it. It'd be a good way to get him on TV, maybe some closure. You know, unless Vince is really okay with being remembered this way. So after it settles down, cools off, they can give it a shot, and they'll probably do it. Does Kenny look purple to you? Did you go to the tanning bed? No, I went to the purple bed. It's where you get purple. Kenny is bandaged like crazy. I'm with you, Jason. I would like to see Ring of Honor get going on its own and start producing TV on its own. That way you can do a little bit of crossover and you can have your talent and treat it like your NXT, like a developmental, like they said. But I think having people with Ring of Honor ties who are currently in AEW, you know, making various appearances and on and again, off again spots, I think would be perfect and would work and would be a lot of fun. Didn't Finn Balor show up on NXT last night? And we've had, and of course, Dexter and Indy reunited a couple weeks ago. So they kind of do it too, and it would be, that's what I would do if I was them. So hopefully they'll get something working. But when it comes to Ring of Honor, he might be holding out for a streaming deal, because once you get a streaming deal, you can just tape your shit and, you know, and it's fine. You have a place for it to be distributed. So I guess maybe they're waiting for that. Otherwise, I don't know if they want to. I don't even know if I would want Ring of Honor on cable TV. I'd almost prefer a streaming type of thing for them, but I'm not sure where the right platform for that is. But if they could get a deal similar to WWE, where all of their previous content plus all of their pay-per-views were available, like WWE has on Peacock, if they could find that somewhere else and they could get an HBO Plus deal, or they could get a Paramount or whatever the hell else is out there, that would just be enormous for them. You know, enormous. So maybe that's what they're waiting for, but then there you go. Then you can air your Ring of Honor, you can do whatever you want. Or replace Rampage with Ring of Honor. You could do that. You could make Dynamite 3 hours and have an hour of Rampage on the end, you know, and that's it. Instead of having 2 hours of Dynamite and 1 hour of Rampage, you just have 3 hours of Dynamite, and then you have Ring of Honor on Fridays. I don't know. Yeah, so once they start doing stuff, it just depends. Like I don't know what they're waiting for, what the process is, but I would assume they're not going to want to produce any TV and start running any angles if there's nowhere to show your stuff. So, and you don't want to tape a bunch of stuff way ahead, especially when you have live TV capabilities. Oh my God, Ospreay, hard bump there. Let me turn it back up. All right, the Bucks are now on the move. Nick is doing his thing. Kick to Ospreay's face. Jeez. I mean, Nick's done that sequence so many times, but it's never less impressive. Ugh. I still think, though, Ring of Honor just having a separate streaming deal and having occasional appearances and influences on Dynamite and Rampage could help advertise some of the stuff they have going on over there. But we'll see how they do it. Here comes Purple Kenny. Oh, Jesus. Drop salt, lands on his feet, missed the enziguri. He 360'd out of the clothesline into a Batista bomb. Ugh. With a sloppy landing there for Omega a bit. Yikes. Holy shit. Chance. Oh, gosh. Here comes. Did Nick Cutter Ospreay? Tag to Matt. Fletcher eats a super kick. Eats a knee, another knee, a punch, a forearm, a power bomb. Oh, and a BT trigger. That wasn't the BT, but I thought that was a 3 count, though. They were very late on that save, I think. Wow. Meltzer driver coming up. Wow. Ospreay cuttered the Meltzer driver. Now they're going for one of their own. A spike. Oh, wow. Oh, he kicked out of that. So he basically had him. Fletcher has, I guess, Matt in spike pile driver position. Ospreay, instead of just jumping and slamming him down, he's shooting stars into it. I defend the flippy shit. I do. But sometimes it defies a little too much logic for me. And that particular time was a little silly. Like, you almost botched the move. It was less effective by you doing that. Oh, wow. They are. Aussie Open just ate super kicks hard. Triple super kick. Shout out to the Just Enjoy Wrestling guy in the front row. He gets it. Oh, big knee by Ospreay to Kenny. Oh, nice. Nick super kicked his own brother with the help of Ospreay. Some crazy springboard stuff. Springboard. The Andy Taker? No, why'd Kenny not cover him there? I guess it wasn't the finish or the spot. They all got out of the ring. Oh, he's legal, that's why. Ospreay's got to grab him here. Nope. All right, we got 2 minutes left here if they're going to have another near fall or not, but this might be it. Looks like it. Yeah. All right, one half of the puzzle is complete. Now we just need Hangman and Dark Order to win on Friday, which I'm sure they will. And we got a pretty intriguing trios final at All Out. Well, that was good. I thought it was a good main event. Not sure why Ospreay shooting starred into that spike pile driver, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. All you had to do was tag me. All you had to do was spike him. That is so great. That is so good. I didn't love that knee right there, but the rest of it was all real good. Who will they face, Dark Order or the Best Friends? It better be Dark Damn Order. You do not kick out of the one-winged angel. No, you don't. It's quite the card, man. It's stacked. We're going to be doing predictions tomorrow, so it's not going to be long until you see me again. Join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. The link is currently up on my channel right now. I will, as soon as I'm done here, I will shoot that to the top of the page. So it's just there for everybody to see. And we'll be here tomorrow afternoon to predict this crazy nonsense for All Out. And now we do have our main event match set. It's going to be CM Punk against Jon Moxley. And we will also predict Clash at the Castle, which is also looking pretty good. Of course, we're going to review both of these shows as well. And the links to both of those is on the channel as well, all under the podcast playlist. Check it out, and the videos are there. You can save them, and it's going to be a really fun week here on the channel. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are too. Thanks very much for being here, and don't forget, we'll be here tomorrow to talk more AEW All Out and WWE Clash at the Castle.